Okay, today we are going to disassemble a Desert Eagle 44 Magnum. First thing we need to do is to do a safety check on it. It does not have a magazine, and it is empty. It's a beast of a gun. So the first thing we're going to do is push this button on the left side of the pistol and rotate this piece right here, and the whole barrel will come off. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, now we have a barrel assembly and we have a frame assembly. So after you take the barrel off, you're going to take the slide off. Okay, and when taking the slide off, you're going to put your hand under this front part and you're going to slide it forward. Now, the reason I had you put your hand under it is when I lift up, you have the double recoil spring set up. Okay, this is the gas piston for it. So, now we have that apart. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take out this firing pin. Now this works much like a 1911. You basically take a pin, push the firing pin in, and then you're going to slide the this back plate off. When you do, be careful because there is a spring in there with the firing pin, and it might go flying. So there's the back plate. Here is the firing pin and its spring. It's a little bitty spring compared to like a 1911. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your finger, I usually use my thumb, push on that bolt. And this little half moon piece, half circle piece, you're going to rotate that out of the way of the bolt. And keep rotating it past on one side or the other. So you get it out of the way of the bolt. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to push back on this piece right here. It pushes back. And then in this half moon piece, there's a little slot. Okay, what I'm talking about, a little slot, is there's a little slot right there. You need to catch a screwdriver or something under there and lift it out. That will allow this little subunit here to come out the side of the bolt, and the bolt can come out. This gun is about as greasy as it can be too. Seems like all the guns I'm doing tonight are all greasy. Okay. Okay, the next thing to take out is going to be this safety, and you can take this safety out from either side. There's a screw on either side. Get a proper sized parallel screwdriver bit, gunsmith and screwdriver, and turn that screw. And be careful not to scratch or finish. Now, once again, I'm doing this to gold plate this safety. On this side, the other side, the trigger, the hammer, so lock on me real bad because of the safety on the other side. Let me hold it differently. Now, when you take the screw out, on the other side's just going to pull out, and then there's going to be a piece in the center that needs to come out. So here is the okay, you see this has got a little bump. It goes into this hole over the screw. Okay, but we're going to set that aside, and the screw and the safety are going to be gold plated. Now, the screw on the other side's got to come out. And this is the safety piece. It has the little plate and the screw and the screw and the arm need to be separated so I can plate it. So let me take a second to get the screw out. I'll set that aside and take it out when we're not on video, so I'm not wasting your time. Okay, so now the other side of the safety needs to come out. And we now have a fully stripped slide. Okay, the customer is also wanting this compensator gold plated. So I need to take that off. And the way they do that with these Desert Eagles is there's 3 hex screws in there. So need to unscrew the 3 hex screws. It's just greasy everywhere. So we're going to go plate those as well. The compensator is going to be plated. Yeah, it's just nasty. If you ever had this, I don't think I ever cleaned it. Okay, so now the barrel is completely disassembled. And we need to attack the frame. Okay, so with the frame, I'm going to take these grips off. Before I take these grips off, I'm going to clean my hands real quick. So the first piece I'm going to take off the frame is going to be the grips. And there's 2 screws on this set of grips. One here in the back, on the left, and one on the right. Okay, so the grips are off. Now the next piece is going to be, okay, there's a pin right here. This pin goes through the trigger to the other side to the slide release, and it's got to be pushed out to get all this mechanism out. So. Now, see the spring right here? Don't lose that spring while you're doing this. When you're driving this out, make sure that this is up, because the hole on the inside is bigger at the top. So when you're driving it out, make sure it's up. Don't lose that spring. I'm going to show you where the spring is. There's a spring. And it goes through a little hole there. See, it's got a little L shape on it. And that goes in that hole and fits on the back of this piece in the slot. There's a slot right there. So, okay, now the next thing to pull out is the trigger. Now the trigger is one big unit, and there's actually two pins that hold it in. So you can get a punch and very gently push the pin out the back. And then the other pin is up here. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take a punch. We're going to put on top of that. We're going to take a punch. And we're going to put it on top of that pin, and we're going to tap it through. Okay, so there's the second pin. Okay, now this whole hammer assembly and trigger assembly can come out. They're actually two separate pieces. The trigger assembly and the hammer assembly. Okay, now this piece that we use to first take the barrel off, you're going to push the button on the other side, and you're going to rotate this piece up. And when you do that, you can slide it out. Okay? Then the whole spring mechanism comes out the other side. Okay? So this spring fits on here, and then this is the button that keeps this piece in. You see the little indent right there. So that gets put up. Okay, now that's how you disassemble a Desert Eagle 44 Magnum. As soon as the pistol has its pieces plated with gold, I'm going to reassemble it, and I will do a video for that. If you have any questions, or if you need any engraving or plating, gold or nickel, or bluing, I do hot bluing and niter bluing, please contact me at beathardengraving.com, and we'll see you on the assembly video. Thank you.